Hey guys, it's me Chrissy and I'm here with a new angle. What do you think? Last night I was FaceTiming with my sister and she was like, this is a much better angle, and like I agree because y'all can't see my double chin now. And also I look thinner, so I think that looks pretty good. Anyways, I'm here with a book review on The Fate of the Tearling by Erica Johansson. I have done reviews for this trilogy, each book, and each a different type of review. I will leave the other videos of this trilogy, the other reviews of this trilogy down below, so you guys can watch them if you want. So, for starting off, Erica Johansson attended the Iowa Writers Workshop, which is apparently, I think, renowned for producing really great award-winning writers. So, first off, that didn't really, I didn't know that, so I think that's pretty cool. Second of all, she is a lawyer, and even though she's a lawyer, she still writes books. And I think that's really cool because that makes sense now with her, when she writes about the Tearling and about their government system. She's always very, she presses the point of policy and all of the other stuff more than just, oh, I have to get married to secure my line, or I have to get married for power, like that. It's more of policies, what she's gonna do for the Tearling, how she's gonna make it better, what are the things she's going to keep or take away, like let's say the monthly slave, I forgot what's the slave thing, where they send a certain quota of people from the Tearling, from the lottery, into Mort Mesne for them to become slaves of any kind, depending on what happens. And so I think that's really cool because not only did she include that, like, it's not just a tragedy for the Tearling, but it's Mort Mesne's prime source of income, because they have slaves so they can work to the bone for free, so that the masters don't have to pay them, or a certain quota also ends up with another country in exchange for their glass. And that's why Mort Mesne seems so much more what's the word, prosperous than the Tearling, when really, when the Tearling decides to stop it, the trade from Mort Mesne and it's here, I really should have remembered the name, Kadare, the trade between Mort Mesne and Kadare sort of falls apart because of the stopping of the shipment. So I think that's really, really cool, how she put that in there. It was that's one of the reasons why I really enjoyed this series, because it's more than just surface level royalty or surface level adventure fantasy, or like, you know, she becomes queen and that's, you know, intrigue, blah blah blah. This is more than just that. She's attacked on not just inside her castle, but outside as well. And it's not just the same old, like, regular intrigue plots against the king, queen. This is like open war and stuff. So then we also have this book takes place following Kelsey, right after she surrenders to the Queen of Mort Mesne on a promise, oath with the jewels, that the queen cannot attack the Tearling, and so she leaves the mace in charge. The mace, I think, was a very good regent for the Tearling. However, I think that it was a good decision, actually, compared to like any other candidate that she could have possibly chosen. And I loved how each chapter starts with a little quote from, like, someone who's trying to let's say discuss the Tearling. Like, they have a book called The Invasion of Tearling in Hindsight, and I think that's really cool because it gives you a deeper look at the Tearling, at the world that what's his name, William Tear, tried to start. So that's pretty cool, and it just gives you this thing like, oh, okay, it's gonna go on, right? That's what you think. But Okay, so I forgot to mention that I remember reading, I think it was the first book, there was the little entrance to the chapter. You know how they have those little quotes? It was about a girl who wrote a book about the faded statue of the first Glynn queen. And then I just remember how that stuck to me because I'm like, I want to remember this for the last book. I want to see if it holds because I'm like, well, her reign must have been really, really epic, or like it must have been like the start of something amazing. And then to just see how it ended up now, I'm like, it never existed. And I'm just like, dang. You know, it almost feels like a waste of an epic, a waste of a legend. But at the same time, you know, how it ended up it wasn't that bad either because, well, you know, I'll get to the rest of it. So one of the first things I wanted to discuss was the religion. Like, I was always wondering how come it was a sort of weird version of the Catholic Church, but in its own way changed. Because if not, they could have just said Catholic, but they changed it to the Arvath, and then the head priest is called the Holy Father, but it's not entirely, I would say, Catholic because William Tear's British, right? And I think Lily, if you read book 2, she's American because it was mentioned in the book about that. So it makes sense that it would be sort of like as a continuation of the Church of England, I think. So there is that. But it's not all corruption because it's just like how when you say, oh, not everybody's like that, because there's always somebody who's good. And in that version, I found redemption in Father Tyler because he may not have been a fanatic, but at least his beliefs were pure, and who he was as a person, he was a good person and made him a good character. And I enjoyed reading about Father Tyler, and I can't really say that about a lot of like characters who are either like in a religious setting or are religious in books, because they always end up sounding like fanatics, you know? And that just, it gets to me because I know that not everyone's like that. But at the same time, I get it that from the outside that's what it looks like, you know? And then we have Javel. I'm not sure if I remember reading about him in book 2. I actually even forgot who he was until they mentioned a little bit of backstory in here. And I'm really glad that in a way he got his redemption. More so in the way that how he decided to react with what his situation was. And I was heartbroken for him, of course, with his wife and stuff. But it's good that he had a pretty important role in this book. And okay, the Fitch. Where do I start? Okay, so he was so hot and sexy in like book 1, and in book 2 he was just mysterious, and now book 3 I'm like, well, that was a letdown. But then again, you know, in a way, I think it made sense that he shrouded himself in mystery because nobody really knew who he was, so he could get away with a lot of stuff. But because Kelsey was having visions of the past, she was able to see who he really was and his team and stuff, and I was okay with that. But at the same time, it was kind of a letdown because I thought he'd be, you know, cooler or something, so it's alright. And then for some reason I kind of got lost with, okay, right, how Jonathan Tyr was like assassinated, so therefore the Tyr line did not really continue. So I'm like, who the heck are the Raleighs then? I might have missed that in the first book or in the second book. So if you guys remember, can you just like let me know down below or something so I can add to this, because I can't really remember right now. And yeah, okay, so now let's just skip to the part where, I know this isn't really a really good review, but I'm working on being better. So let's just skip to the part where the ending. Okay, the ending. A lot of people were like, this is a cop-out, or like, I didn't enjoy it because of the ending. And then, to be completely honest, when I first read the ending, I was like, people are gonna say this is a cop-out. And I was right, and also because people are already saying it. And then, as I thought about it some more, I kind of realized that she did choose to go with this ending, but it's not exactly what you would call a happy ending either. And she did give an alternative ending as to what would have happened if Kelsey decided to go back into the room. She would have been killed like instantly. But in a way, she ended up saving not just her life, but the lives of everyone in the room, because the Tearling jewels were able to control time. So in a way, she fixed it. She fixed the problem with the Tearling, because everyone kept saying the major problem with the Tearling was the assassination of Jonathan Tear, which happened so many hundreds of years ago. Nobody could fix the problem. They could only just make it worse. So in a way, she fixed the major problem, and she truly saved her kingdom. Sadly, it is no longer a kingdom. It became a never kingdom. So it kind of makes you feel like, what? And in some way, I'm actually happy she survived, but it's a lonely survival, because she got to live, yeah, and she remembers everything, but it's not the same. And I don't know, in some ways, I am, like everyone else says, like after they have like time to think, I'm not exactly happy with this ending, but at the same time, I understand why she went with it. And I'm okay with it, actually. I think that's what makes this trilogy pretty great, because we thought it was fantasy, but it's really dystopian, and it's heavy on like the politics and stuff. Oh right, and the Queen of Mortmesnay, like I was really happy to see her background and what she went through and everything, and then how Rolfin manipulated her. Well, I mean, that's not a happy thing, but you know. What else? And at the end, what really made it the best, well, not the best book, but I mean like, what made me appreciate the way that this was written was in the way for Kelsey to get closure with Carlin, because at some point in the book she'd be like, oh, Carlin would want me to do this, because Carlin was her mother, if not by blood, then because she raised her. And like, it's just so hard, because like I can only feel it. I can't really explain my feelings, and this happens to me every time I review a book about the Tearling, because it's just, there are so many feels. It's really hard to really explain it, but I just say there were so many elements that came together beautifully, and I couldn't really see any plot holes besides like the ending, but it is what it is. I still really enjoyed this book, this entire trilogy. It was one heck of a ride, and that's it. Also, I'm really just glad no one was safe in the killing. Like, yes, some people, you just know that they're just not gonna die because like they're so important or like they're so beloved, but this was just like, it's like George R. R. Martin stuff, almost, but in the killing part. But like, yeah, that's it. So this was my kind of review, discussion, rant, talk thing about the fate of the Tearling. So if you guys want to discuss with me some more, feel free to comment down in the comments. Tell me if I missed anything out in regards to the history or some explanations of the book. And thank you guys for watching. Thank you for sticking around, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!